Hi everybody, today we are going to discuss the chapter 13 of critical thinking, and our topic is argumentative essay. How we can write a successful argument. We are going to try to talk about it, and let's get started. Firstly, writing takes place in three very broad stages. Before writing, and the first draft, and after first draft. And before you begin the first draft, what you do during the writing of the first draft, and what do you do after you have completed the first draft. And in this chapter we are going to show you how to prepare and write an argument, but you should keep one important point in your mind, that although the advice and information is arranged in a step-by-step fashion, writing argumentative essay is not a linear process. We cannot write a paper the way you follow a recipe, carefully adding one ingredient after the other until dish is prepared. And so I'm going to write it down an outline, and we are going to follow it before we write. The first is, in the process of before writing, we should know yourself. And in the second step, we should know your audience. And then write a sentence that express your claim. Express your claim with a sentence. And then gather ideas and brainstorm and research. And finally, organize your ideas. These steps belong to before writing. We have to follow this step by one to be able to write an argumentative essay. So when we come to the first draft, we should be able to provide an interesting opening to be able to attract readers' attention to our essay. In the second step, we should include a thesis statement. In thesis statement, we specify our claim, what we are defending. So it's so important in argumentative essays, and we should develop our body paragraphs. And we should provide a satisfying conclusion. And after first draft, we need to read what you have written. It means that we should check it out, what we have written, and we need to revise it. And we need to consider what you have not written and revise, and we need to what you have not written and show your work and edit your work, and finally hand it in. These are the steps in after first draft. And now let's try to explain them one by one, what we mean by know yourself. If you want to write about a topic you don't very well, take time to learn as much as you can about it. If you feel strongly about an issue, you should be willing to defend it intelligently and rationally. That doesn't mean, of course, that you must know all there is to know about an issue before you begin to formulate your opinion, but take your stand, or that you must present your case in an absolute or exhaustive manner. So, means that you should write about a topic that you interest in, that you know a lot about it. It will be more easy to write it down. And then we need to know our audience. We write it to who are going to read our essay, so it should be appropriate for the level of them. And we need to express our claims with a sentence, and we need to gather ideas and brainstorm and research. In this step, we need to decide to what we are going to exactly talk about, and we need to make some research about it. And brainstorming is so important, and we need to organize our ideas. I mean that you need to eliminate your researcher. We cannot include all of the things that we found in our researcher. We need to eliminate them. And in final step, before writing, is organize our ideas. And in the first draft, we need to provide an interesting opening. We called it as grabs the attention of your audience with an interesting opening. For example, if we start with an essay by stop fight. The start of the 20th century is the perfect time to end of one of the most spiritual, deadly sport on the earth, boxing. If we talk about the boxing, we can begin our essay with stop the fighting. It's an interesting opening. Maybe audience will attracted by this beginning. And in the second step, in thesis statement, we should to limit your thesis statement to the claim you are trying to defend. It should be limited. We should not include lots of sentences in thesis statement. We can just include one or two sentences. It will be enough. And for example, that you wanted to argue that public schools should not eliminate the art and music courses from the curricular, but through brainstorming and research you narrowed your topic to public elementary school and only music programs. You might have narrowed it even further to a particular school. Your thesis statement would be Kingston Elementary should not eliminate music courses from the curriculum. And so it should be narrowed and limited, our thesis statement. And in this step, we should start each body paragraph with a topic sentence and develop the paragraph with details that support your topic sentence. Help your readers to better follow your line of thinking by organizing your ideas in a logical, fluid manner, and when necessary by providing traditional words and phrases that link ideas in a coherent flow. And in conclusion part is important because it lets your readers know that the essay is complete, that there are no missing pages, and that you have said what you intended to say, and you your details and in the length of your argument. For example, you have written a short piece, say an editorial, for your campus newspaper. There may no reason to repeat what you said in your thesis statement or your central premises. After all, most readers can remember the claim and the topic ideas in a short piece, so repeating them may look like an attempt to take up the space. On the other hand, you write a lengthier or complicated argument, you might find it necessary to summarize your main ideas. In this part, we sum up our all of the ideas, and we get together our ideas in the last part of the essay, which is conclusion part. We need to conclude our essay with a satisfying conclusion. And after first drafts, once you have organized and defined your argument, you will have a draft of your essay. And most writers like to set their work aside for a short time before they begin revising or editing. Doing so will help you get some distance from your own words, which can seem too familiar if you read them too soon after writing them. It's easy to miss errors if your mind are filling in what we mean instead of what actually appears on the page. And when you return to your first draft, you must be willing to see it as a rough sketch of what your final draft will look like. And few writers are entirely happy with the first words that flow from their pens or appear on the screen. And in this part, read what you have written and revise. After you have written a draft of your essay and given your brain time to cool, return to your essay and read it again with a critical eye. Don't look only for clumsy expression, grammatical problems, meaningless or repetitive sentences, and the like. Look for the large issues and evaluate your argument from the point of view of someone who disagrees with you. We need to look like opponent of the topic. In that way, we can able to evaluate in a critical eye, and maybe we realize in that way our maybe mistaken. Be honest with yourself and ask yourself if you are simply repeating what you have heard or what you assume to be true. Check your logic. Put your essay through the same rigorous test you have put other argument through, and we need to revise your draft, correct if we have any problem or not. And more important then is consider what you have not written and revise. Very often we are so committed to our 5 points that we fail to examine the ideas and assumptions upon which those wives are based. When you look critically at your essay, try to disagree with what you have written by finding a way to reject each of the premises you have offered as support. It may sound like you are being awfully raw in yourself, but it will help reversal areas where connections are left unexplored or where unexamined assumptions are guiding your thinking. You don't have to abandon what you have written, you may simply have to defend it better. Suppose the topic were salaries and someone had suggested salaries in the United States should be kept at, say, $2,500. You are asked for your argument on the issue, and you write, capping salaries is not a good idea because it would reduce competition. You might write a brilliant paragraph showing that capping salaries would indeed reduce competition. You might provide historical example and the testimony of experts to back you up. But you need to ask, so what? So what if the competition is reduced? What's so great about your competition anyway? You need to think the opposite of your thoughts. You need to evaluate your argument in that attitude. Thinking the opposite of your argument. It will help you to realize your negative things in your arguments. And we need to review And in this part, reviewing your work, we need to show our draft to someone, a friend, a family member, a professor, a tutor in the writing lab, someone who will do you the favor of critically reviewing your essay. Don't let a friend tell you what you want to hear. It's great, hand it in. As if anything is confusing or undeveloped, ask someone who can think in critical eye. It's an important criteria in this section because our main aim is to be able to realize our drawbacks. And in editing our work, if we realize any drawbacks, we need to edit our work. And in the final step, if there is no any problem, if everything is okay, we can hand it in, and it means that we completed our argumentative essay. And I think if we can able to do all of these steps, we can able to write an argumentative essay. The more we write, the more we are going to be better at argumentative essay. And we need to do all of these steps, not missing anyone. And in the end of this chapter, we have a good argumentative essay example. We can have a look at it, and maybe we can benefit from it when we write an argumentative essay. It will help, and try to realize all of these steps in the argumentative essays. I think it will make you more understandable, and you are going to realize, wow, in this part he pay close attention to this, like first draft or after first draft. And maybe you can think in your mind whether you liked or whether the drawbacks of the essay. It may help you to understand better. And that was my presentation. That was my presentation. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.